So welcome. Tonight we're going through this collaborating objects lab. Get our README open. And yeah, should be good. So our objective in this lab. Oh, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, issues, feel free to shout them out. Or if you're not in a place where you can talk right now or just don't feel like it, throw it in the chat and we'll talk about it. So objective, gain a deeper understanding of object relations. And 2, build classes that interact with one another through associations and behavior. So this is a test-driven lab. Use a test file and test output to understand what is being asked of you as you follow the guidelines below. In this lab, we'll be dealing with an artist class, a song class, and an MP3 importer class. Because of the relationships between your classes, the artist tests, i.e. the tests in spec artist spec, rely on some code in the song class, and vice versa. So as you proceed through solving this lab, you'll go back and forth between coding an artist and song. We recommend starting out by getting some of the initial artist tests passing and switching to write code in the song class as directed by the test output. Because of the complexity, let's walk through a guideline of how to think about the problem as you're building out the solution. Overview. You'll be building an artist class, a song class, and an MP3 importer class. At the top level, you can think about what we'll be doing in 3 steps. 1, the MP3 importer will parse all the file names in the db/mp3s folder and send the file names to the song class. 2, the song class will be responsible for creating songs given each file name and sending the artist's name, a string, to the artist class. 3, the artist class will be responsible for either creating the artist, if the artist doesn't exist in our program yet, or finding the instance of that artist if the artist does exist. Thinking about it this way will get us started. Let's take a deeper look. The MP3 importer class. Let's start with the MP3 importer. Build an MP3 importer class that parses a directory of files and sends the file names to a song class to create a library of music with artists that are unique. Long sentence. To do this, you'll need 2 methods, MP3 importer files and MP3 importer import. Your MP3 importer class should also have a path attribute that gets set on initialization. You should write code that responds to mp3 importer.new with a path.import. Google around for how to get a list of files in a directory. Make sure you only get .mp3 files. Since we have to send the file names to the song class, we'll end up calling the following code in the import method. Song.newByFileName, some file name. This will send us to the song class, specifically song.newByFileName. Okay, so let's look at our MP3 importer and the tests around that. If this isn't the best way, it seems like it's telling us that this is our starting point. This is where we're getting the files into our code. So I think this would be a good starting point. Although it says start by getting some artist test to pass first. But I think this might be fine. We'll find out. Okay. No, let's see. Okay, that looks fine. I think it's good. You can see the whole test, the whole error. All right. Oh, so we have nothing in here. All right. So first, here's our class, MP3 importers. We need to create our class. And all right, that's first. Initialize constant. So now we have our class. Wrong number of arguments given. Okay, so it's looking at our initialize. So we need an initialize, and that is let's see. Next error. Okay, given 1 expected 0 on MP3 new. We're told we're going to call it with a file name, so let's do file name. Let's just say file name equals file name. Or actually, let's call it, what did it say? Path attribute that gets set on initialization. Okay, so we have this path attribute gets set on initialization. So that we can call mp3 importer.new with this path. Okay. So we want a path. And then we're going to need, let's just do an accessor on that one. So there's our path attribute, and it's set on initialization. Let's see what happens here. Sweet. Accepts a file path to parse MP3 files from. I guess we could call this file path. Okay. Loads all the MP3 files in the path directory. So let's see. Method files. All right. So we got undefined method. So then we got rid of that. Now what's our next error? Undefined method size for nil class. So let's see what our test is doing here. All right, files. Test music path. All right. So, okay. It's going to pass in this path spec fixtures MP3s, which has 4 MP3s in it. Okay. Or a file that looks like an MP3 at least. It's supposed to stay over there. There. So when it opens it, expect files. And we call files to get a size equal to 4. Okay. So let's think about this. Call files, we want to return the files. So let's look. Oh, I need a new window. Here we go. Dir. Get names of all files from folder. Dir. Dir path. Okay. So let's say our files dir path. I think we need some more. Let's see. Class file. Okay, let's find this dir. Class. Oh, here it is. Dir. Entries. This looks promising. Entries is going to returns an array containing all the file names in the given directory. That's perfect. So we're going to get all of our files in an array. dir.entries. And then if we call size on that, it should, yeah, equal 4. Hopefully. Okay. Uninitialized constant, mp3 importer dir. Did you mean dir? Oh, yes, not all caps. There we go. Expected 4 got 6. Okay. So why did we get 6? Let's see if we get this dot and this other dot. Okay. So at files dot, let's say delete if handy method that we have access to. Let's say file, and then let's look that up again, the syntax for this. Delete if array. Deletes every element of self for which block evaluates to true. Okay, so we want to get rid of that dot. So file, let's say dot or file equals dot dot. It's not the most elegant, but I think it'll do what we need. And then will it return? Let's see. Okay. It does return. It's done. Okay. Expected 4 got 0. If before we had these returned, should have gotten rid of those. Let's see.
I think you might want another equal sign on line 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like that's what's missing. There we go. Normalizes the file name. Oh, I guess that took care of that for us, to just the MP3 file name with no path. Cool. And then import. No, not that. All right. There we go. Uninitialized constant artist. Okay, so now we're starting to cross paths. So let's set up artist. I guess we can at least set up the classes so we won't hit these errors again. All right, undefined method all for artist class. So let's jump to the artist class now. Just gonna pull out artist spec. Let's see if we can work there until we get to all. All right. Pull these specs up so we have them. All right. Artist. So we're going to need the name we see here. We have initialize with name. We have name equals. So let's just set up an accessor. Typically always start with an accessor. And then as I get to the end, I see if I can remove some of those permissions, just things that aren't needed. All right. Initialize name. Then name equals name. We can go from here, see. Okay, so that took care of accepts a name, sets a name. Okay. Songs. Keep track of an artist's songs. Song.new. Okay. So if we have new songs, so we got to go to songs now. All right, I'm just going to run the whole thing. Initialize with name accepts a name for the song. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this same exact code into song. All right, and let's go back to the artist spec and see if that song ever isn't there anymore. Okay. Songs keeps track of an artist's songs. So line 21 of artist. Okay. Songs. So we need a songs method. Do we need, no, we need an add song method. That takes a song. Undefined method add song, yeah, okay. And then expect artist.songs to equal an array of songs. So I think we need a class level variable here. Let's call it all. And we can just push this song in there. No. We want to keep track. Oh, we're in songs right now. We need to be an artist. Artist. Okay. Still want to keep track of all of our artists. Yeah, we have this save method, so we'll need that in a second. And then each artist object should have a songs list. And that will set up on initialization, but that'll only be for each artist object. So when we add a song, we'll push that song into that array. We should probably call it songs, plural. Let's see. Okay. Undefined method songs. So let's get a reader and writer for that. Well, we might just need to, no, yeah, we might just need the reader, but we'll just use the accessor for now. Okay, so that works. That'll let us add a song to the artist and then access that by calling that array by calling artist.songs. Cool. Okay, yeah. Save. Adds the artist instance to the add@all class variable. So save. And in this instance, we just want to take the current instance of this object, self, and add it to that add@all array. So we're going to take our object that we're working inside of and push it to that class level variable. So when we call capital artist.all, we're going to get this all. Let's see. Undefined method. Oh, one more. Caret. Undefined method all for artist class. Oh, we need a class level method to get this. So def self.all. Then we need to return that variable. So write our class level method all and return it. Sweet. Cool. Find or create by name. Class level method find or create by name. Well, I guess we have all now. So we could probably go back to this MP3 importer. Well, I guess we're gonna have to create songs in this process too. So yeah, we'll worry about that last now. All right. All right. Self.find or create by name. And that's going to take a name. All right. Expected artist got nil class. Okay. So first, let's think about this. So if we just create by name, we can just do artist.new name. Say artist. Actually, let's see. I don't even know that we need to set it to a variable. Okay, new error. So this might be confusing you. Because at first glance, expected and got look exactly the same. However, if we look at these numbers here, we'll see they're different. What that means is the same name was passed into this method and it created two different objects. So that number is different because they're occupying different spaces in memory. And we don't want to do that. We want to have the same object when we pass the name in the second time. So let's put an or here and let's think about what we can do first if we find the object, because then that can come back true. If we don't find the object, it'll come back false, and it'll continue on and create a new artist. So let's call self.all to get all of the artists that are in this array up here. And then we want to return something. We want to iterate through the array and return. So detect should be what we use here. And then with that, we're iterating through the artists. So artist, and then you can call if artist.name equals the name. So we get all of our saved artists, because when we save, we add them to the class level array. We iterate through that array, and when we find a match, we're going to add it and return it. Or we're going to return it. If we don't find a match, we're going to get to the end, and this is going to evaluate to false. Ruby's going to continue on to the other side of our OR statement and create a new artist. Let's see. 7. Cool. List all the artist songs and print songs. So list all of the artists. This is not class level, so let's just iterate through the songs. Songs.each. Song. And then puts.song or puts song. Let's see. Expected. Oh, song Dirty Diana and Billie Jean are song names. Put some spacing around these. Sweet. That wasn't too bad. All right, let's see what else we got going on. I guess we should move to song now. Grab the song spec. All right, artist equals. Sets the artist object to belong to the song. I think all I need to do is add that here. Probably just make it a writer too. We can go back at the end and edit these. Okay, yeah, that was nice. Definitely helpful having these accessors, readers, and writers. So, all right, class level method. So self dot new by file name, and that gets passed a file name. File name. All right. So now we won't get our undefined method. Undefined method name. Okay. Expect new instance dot name. Okay. So let's see here. New instance, song, new by file name, expect name and artist. Okay. Where's file name defined? Okay, file name, is this full string? Okay, so we're gonna have to edit this some. Let's see if we have pry here. We can play around in there. Cool. Okay, so we have a string. So first we need to split that on those dashes. Because we're not doing anything with the genre. So we just, yeah, that should make it pretty simple to work with. Let's see. Split equals, let's say, file name dot split. And then the space dash space should give us pretty nice strings. Yeah, okay. So let's copy this up here. Call it split name. And then, all right. New by file name, file name. So we need to create a song. So self.new. And then we need the song name, which is going to be second element of our array. So split name 1. Expect new instance.name. So that should do that. Then we need to set up the artist name. We want to associate an artist object, so we need to create an artist. So the artist, well, I guess this should be a song. Set up some variables. This will be our artist class, new. I guess we don't have new. What do we create? I guess we can do new. But we don't want to duplicate. So that's why we created this. Find or create by. Here we go. And then the artist name is going to be the first element of that array. Okay. And then we created this artist equals, so song.artist equals artist. And yeah, let's see where that takes us. Okay. Song of file name, expected black or white, new instance name. Instead got Michael Jackson. Let's see. File name, let's split song. Split name 1, 0. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, let's walk through this. I think that's the best way to debug. I'm going to find my shortcut. It's not really a shortcut, but in pry. Play line 12. So that just ran line 12 for us. All right. 13. So we have a song object, song.name, black or white. Okay. Not sure why it's coming back something different. So that did create that. Oh, we need to, well, we need to add this song to this artist's songs. Still don't think that might be the issue. Let's see, song.artist. Going back to the artist, song.name. Expect new instance.name to equal black or white. Black and white, black or white is coming back. Oh, I think I know what's happening. This is returning this artist. So we're calling this method and new instance is being set to this artist right now because it's the last thing we're returning. Right, song dot, yeah, okay. And then artist dot name is that. Okay, there we go. So now we know what's going on. We do need to add artist dot add song. This song, and then we need to return our song. So we have our song object, not our artist object. That should do it for us. Cool. All right. So last thing now. All right. Import. Imports the files into the library by creating songs from a file name. Actually, should take that out of here. Okay, so let's see what's going on in this test. Setting up the artist variable, class variable, empty. It's calling the test music path. And it's calling import. So we have this path available. So imports should be using that path. Let's see. And then we'll probably call, let's see, self.files. Okay, play around with that there. So we'll need to get use some of these other functions. I guess we can create songs because songs are going to create our artists as well. Yeah, the song object is going to do our work for us. If we use this new by file name, and we pass in the file names into that. Okay, so we need to iterate through this, pass the file names into this song new by file name, and that should do everything we need. So what did we say? Self.files each to file. So here we want to song new by file name. what we need, because this is going to find or create the artist It's not going to save a new artist, though. So we might have to worry about that. Let's see what happens in our tests. So we might need another line in here if the artist is new and not in that artist.all to add it to it. I think that's why it has this expect artist.all.size to equal 3. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I think that's what's going on here. So I'm going to say artist.all and push into there. Guess we need a variable here. Song.artist, because that's the whole object, which is what we want. And we'll say unless artist.all includes that song.artist object. Artist.all.first.songs.empty. Okay, I think that'll do it. Sweet, awesome. So these objects are collaborating, as the title says. So the objects are doing the classes are doing, their separations of concerns. They're sticking only to the things that they need to keep track of and using the other classes and the other objects to achieve the end goals. Probably could have read through some of this and it would have helped. I'm notoriously bad at not reading the readmes. These are just a few hints and guidelines. So I guess there's some good information in here. That might have been helpful. But we got through it. Yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns? Went through looking at class level methods, looking at instance variables, class level variables, local variables, a little bit of logic around using this OR, which is very powerful. I think a lot of times we forget to use OR and the AND operators for logic. We just think about them in comparisons. Oh yeah, we wanted to go back through and look at these. Let's look at so we're passing in a path. Let's see. Looks like we just need to read this. So let's make this a reader. Cool. So taking out some of the functionality to better secure these classes to only need to do what they need. Pretty sure we can't take it out. That'll break things. Yeah. That just needs to be a reader, so this can read it here. Songs. We set a name and our initialize. I think these can both be readers too. Because we only set the name and initialize. We don't ever reset it, I don't think. Oh, no. Oh, we need artist equals. So I think artist can just be a writer. Actually. Undefined method artist. Okay, no. So it needs to be an accessor for artist. Name equals. This might just need to be a writer. No? Okay. Thought we might be able to get away. From those. We can't. So we broke some things. Broke something on import. Okay. I don't think the order of these matters. Oh, maybe it does. It's interesting. Add song. Definitely think songs. In this instance, we want to be a reader because we don't want people to explicitly add songs. Yeah, we just want to let our code add the songs for people. But we want to be able to add name and read name. So yeah, a little bit of refactoring to get that a little bit tighter, the code. It shouldn't. I think so. No, yeah. But yeah. There we go. So yeah, any questions?